I want to kick off the conversation and talk about Jonathan Morant, even though his name is Ja. I feel like it's a Jonathan Morant from the Grizzlies out of Memphis. And just talk about NBA teams, development, and what it takes to truly get a great player if you want one quickly in the NBA. It is fact, back in my day, I'm older, there's a couple players that stick out to me that just didn't get the opportunity to play right away. Didn't get the ball in their hands or were stained with multiple injuries that definitely affected their careers. Ja Morant right now in the NBA has been given the green light. And I talk about this all the time. If you're going to draft one of these great talents, play him. Please do not kill your fan base. Not only kill your fan base, kill your fans from having the opportunity to see something special and successful from a development perspective by sitting them on the bench. There's several coaches. I don't want to get into them. I think Pat Riley is one of those guys. You know, we don't play rookies as starters, right? And stuff. You know, I've heard that several times. However, this is a case, the first pick in the draft, okay? Or excuse me, the second pick in the draft after Zion. He's averaging 18 points a game with 7 assists. I'm not going to look at the turnovers. I know it's going to be higher. In 29 minutes. The Grizzlies, by the way, from a records perspective, let's get into the Vancouver Grizzlies. They are in the playoff hunt. They have done the same damage, okay? They have done the same damage with their mystery power forward, right? And we're going to get into him, Jaren Jackson. Another guy that they say, hey, we got him, we drafted him, let's play him, okay? Now, we got some other players in this league that are just playing. Atlanta Hawks have one, Trae Young. The Dallas Mavericks, Luka Doncic. If you're starting to see the trend, okay, when you got some of these older pupils in the NBA, and I'm not talking about Carmelo, there's some other guys that are just, they've been there a while, and much respect to them. They're vets in the league. They understand how to play. However, when you look at the success, I'm patting myself on the back. Remember I told you about Eric Pascal? Remember I said he was a steal in this draft in the second round? This young man's developing going to be a career in the NBA, a long career. Even if he's not a starter, he is going to be a great backup for most teams. I said he would be a great talent, and he's coming through 14 points per game, almost 5 rebounds. What a season for Eric Pascal. Now, why am I going here? I know Ja Morant was the top point. Ja Morant has the green light. Incredible season for him. Special talent. Zion, I think, should sit out. I want to see him win Rookie of the Year, and I think if he sits out, it'd be good for his knees. But if he comes back, I don't think there's enough time for him to get back the ground that Mr. Ja Morant has broken with the Memphis Grizzlies. On a team that doesn't feature any short shot all-stars, but some special talents in Ja and Jaren, and they got a guy who I think may develop into their third option, even though no one is giving him any credit. Can Josh Jackson come along in the G League? Can he come along enough to be able to join this fray? And they have a cheaper big three with Ja, Jaren, and Mr. Josh Jackson. I know Dylan Brooks in there, and I'm not sliding him. He's a tremendous player. I just happen to see a little bit more upside with Josh Jackson, okay? And I think this is why I love to see talents that are drafted play. Let me give you an example of a guy that I had highly ranked that had a tremendous summer league, and you guys are probably going to neg me down. Jahai Carson is not really playing much, okay? He's not. He's just not. And Carson Edwards, I mean. And I tell you what, Langford and Edwards, and especially Edwards, really Edwards, all right? I think Carson Edwards would be a bona fide great sixth man of the year candidate in time if he gets to the right team. But the problem is he's on a team where he has these type of showings. 0 minutes, 9 minutes, 0, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 6 minutes, 2 minutes. It's not sustainable. It sucks for Carson Edwards. It really does. It's not the way his career should be going. But one of these execs wanted some chess moves to play, and obviously Danny Ainge is good at that. They drafted him. He's not playing. He could certainly contribute to some of these teams. He could easily average 9-8 points a game, or be in a similar situation to Eric Pascal. If given the opportunity, he is a bona fide scorer. There's some other guys that fall in this boat. If we go back in the past, there's a guy named Gerald Green, came out of high school. It was a loaded Celtics team. But once again, they draft players but don't let them run free. Problems. I say a guy that's been let run free and is not really showing up as well as Mr. Zion Williamson's brother on the New York Knicks. I'll let you guys tell me who it is. Canada from the Knicks. He's not showing out like he's supposed to, but he has a green light and he has time to develop. My key point is when you have special talents out there in your draft and you make the pick and you make Ben Simmons is another guy. Green light him. Okay? There's several players that they just green lighted and said, go. You play. We're willing to learn with your mistakes. And you're seeing great results. How many other guys are sitting? Maybe an Anthony Simons is not playing off in the Blazers, right? Are just in the background waiting to bust out. The Jermaine O'Neal argument. Teams have to look at their teams instead of making trades and start to say, who do we need to develop in the first half of the year so they can become what we want to trade for, especially in championship team situations. And really, I'm going to get into Kyle Kuzma in a minute. There's too many stars on the Lakers. And when you got too many big heads like that, it hurts your development. So Kyle Kuzma is hurt right now. But we saw the damage that happened when Mr. LeBron James and Anthony Davis went out. Kuzma in one of those games took over and showcased, hey, I'm still here. And if given the full opportunity, I can make something special happen. And I think that's the great advantage of having a coach that's willing to play these guys. In all, John Morant, great rookie season. But I wanted to talk about the path, the coach's path for rookies, for youngins. Are they really smart not playing these guys? Or is it just hurtful? Hurtful for the career of the player. There's hurtful for in the mindset of the player. Former stars averaging 20s to averaging 0 minutes a game. Some of these guys slowly fade away, and I blame it on the coaching. I blame it on the scouting. Don't draft them if you're not going to play them. There's somebody that could utilize them. Carson Edwards, Dennis Smith Jr. was a green light guy, and he proved out. Now he's on the bench. We're dealing with a lot of these situations, and I'm making a point that making trades for these players makes sense to give them an opportunity to show out. I think you'll get some great players if you finally look into what the team depths have and who's not playing to really get a gist of where you can go from an organization perspective. Off work, I'm going to sign off. Just my talk today, I was just thinking about it. Why don't they play these kids more? It's proven to be beneficial. I'm out. Peace.